today
on the F3 podcast.
On the F3 podcast.
We almost had a guess. We didn't, though.
Oh,
I know, almost.
All good. All good.
It's okay. People like to flake all the time.
Don't say that. Don't
They
say
needed preparation.
that. Yeah. So we're talking habits that are transformative,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah. So
Yes.
where do you start? So what are some habits, just right off the bat, what are some good habits that you think are pretty transformative in being
Yeah.
a high-performing individual?
I think the night routine habits are pretty transformative because,
What do you mean by that?
well, when we're talking about waking up early, I've heard this before. It's like in order to wake up early, that actually starts at nighttime and preparing at night. So to me, that looks like if I have tea, I know, for example, Jenna here, she'll start her night routine with tea, right? So however you kick it off, brush your teeth, take a shower, journal, whatever the case is, lay your clothes out, but just take your time to prepare things at night before the morning time so that when you wake up, you're ready to go. That is transformative because I know when I don't do that, I'm screwed in the morning. So screwed.
Or you're just spending like very unnecessary time on things you could have done the night before.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like, I'm up right now. Like, do it now. Yeah. But when when those nighttime habits and that routine is set, my days flow so much nicer. Yeah. So for me, that's a transformative habit. Yeah.
I can
about
agree
you
with
guys?
that. I can definitely agree with that. I think that even for someone that loves sleep, like I love at least 7 to a full 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Like that's so much more necessary than it is, I think, for men. Like men can go 5 to 6 hours and still be fine.
Is that factually correct?
Yeah.
Statistically, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Which is very interesting because I know that even Charles, like he'll wake up like at 5 o'clock in the morning and then he's like up and ready to go and like he'll leave and goes to work. And even on Fridays, he wakes up at 4. Like, I don't know how the fuck you do it sometimes. I would just be like a zombie. I would just definitely be a zombie. But I like your whole nighttime routine because I think that the whole idea of getting ready for bed.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
We get ready for bed.
Get ready for bed. And so I think it just like really preps us honestly for the next morning. For me, I love showering at night. I know that we have some people that like showering in the morning, right? I know that you definitely do shower in the morning. But
I like, just to, sorry to interrupt you, but last night I showered and so I was, at night. And I woke up this morning and I was like, I don't have to shower. I don't have to shower, Dre. We don't have to shower. It'll save us some 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We don't have to. I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
Funny. I was like, yep, no, there was something in me that was
It's just part of your routine.
Yeah.
It's part of your habits.
Yeah. Because if not, for me, I don't feel clean.
Yeah.
You know, like, because for me, because I was like, Dre, we showered last night. And there's people in the world that shower in the night and don't shower in the morning. Like, I went through this entire thing and it was trying to reboot, like, what, and recalibrate what I'm actually thinking. And I was like, there's people out there that shower at night. Like, I thought about my sister because she's the same way. I was like, no, we're fine. And then I was like, fuck it, we're going in the shower. There. Like, after all of that.
Yeah. I've done that too. I remember breaking through that because I don't know, it's this weird, like, it's either or, right? You either do it at night or in the morning. But same thing. Now I don't have that battle though.
Yeah.
I will
let it be.
Let it be, yeah. But the reason why I do like showering at night is because I will blow dry and do my hair so that I don't have to do that in the morning time. I will not. It's very rare that I will do a hair washing day in the morning time.
Oh,
especially
interesting.
Before work. Yeah, I just like to have it. It takes too much time. Yeah. So in those nights, in particular, where I do shower, it's like I don't care. I'm showering in the morning time as well. But it's just a matter of. It's almost like waking up your body.
Yeah.
It's a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I am very much a shower nighter.
A nighter shower.
Night showerer.
A night showerer.
Night shower.
Mainly because of what I think
I'm
about.
night showerer.
I shower at night, but yes. I do it because I think I've been running around all day,
Right.
you know, and then I need to cleanse off everything off of me.
Oh, Molly is so
I'm very particular.
big on that.
Don't put your feet on
my
her
pillow.
bed.
Don't
Put your
put your ass
on near my pillow. Like, don't even sit next to it. Like, that makes so much sense to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
one
have
time
to
she-
wash your body before you get in her bed.
Yeah.
Yes.
One time she, I think I was just sitting closer to the top of the bed.
Yes, with your
and,
ass.
And
Yeah.
you were like, do you mind moving? And I was like, oh.
Like, if you got to the foot of the bed, that makes sense, right? Your ass on the feet of the bed. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. But I will say, for some weird reason, I have never thought about that until you came into my life. And now I do the same thing with luggage. Like when we're traveling and I notice people put their luggage on the bed.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why? Even my backpack.
Yeah.
Like if it's going to be on the bed, I will like
Towards
either
the end.
towards the end,
yeah.
or put it like a blanket
Yeah.
or whatever for the same reason of not having all those germs. But I can't say that I thought about that before you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
That's
no
funny.
luggage, no ass, no feet, anything.
Right? And I actually really don't consider myself a germaphobe, but I think that the bed is very particular because I'm sleeping on it and I have my face in it and I don't want to be rubbing my face all up into the
Yeah.
germy germs, right?
Yeah.
And I know
sure.
exactly where it stems from.
Where does it come from?
So when I was 10 years old,
Therapy session, by the way.
Let me get back. I broke out when I was 10. Like I had all of these pimples everywhere on my face, like my neck, my back. And I remembered I would always play with my pillow with my feet for some reason. Like I'll be, I know.
Dirty feet.
I know, dirty ass fucking feet.
Dirty
right?
patas.
And so I'm just like on my bed, like writing whatever I was doing, like on my journal or whatever. And like I would just like play around with the pillow on my feet. And then I would go back to bed and be like, I had, you know, that's
your
exactly where I stemmed
Funny.
this very much feeling of making sure that my bed, my pillow is clean.
That's so funny because sometimes I've done it before where I'm hanging out on the opposite side of my bed where like my body is towards the end.
Yes.
So essentially my feet are where the pillows go.
Yeah.
And I'm just, flopping my feet around in the pillows.
Oh no,
But
I like intentionally keep my feet up because I don't want my feet on the pillow.
Yeah. But now, I mean, I rarely do that. But then two, it's like I'm more mindful
Yes.
of
Yeah.
what's going on. But then I'm like, Molly isn't here. You know, this is on my bed.
It's definitely
I
your
can
bed.
do whatever I want.
I love that I pop up though, but these are definitely
you
things
do.
that
Yeah.
I like are my habits.
Yeah. The
Right?
other thing is washing your hands after you
Eating,
eat. Sometimes
yeah.
I don't do it, but I think
You mean
about it.
before you eat?
Both.
As
Obviously,
okay.
before you eat, but after. Because I remember Molly, was it an ex-boyfriend of yours that you had?
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember her sharing with me that she found it so annoying that he wouldn't wash his hands after they would eat.
And he would just be fucking like licking his fingers.
Oh,
and shit like
yeah,
that.
that's gross. I thought you were eating with a fork and knife, and I'm like, what's wrong with that?
It was in particularly
It was
the
like a
fact that
burrito?
we were eating actually chicken wings, right? I mean, I love chicken wings, right? But
yeah, go clean your hands.
yeah, and I'm not like a finger licker either. Like I don't
like how?
like people do it, right? Like people eat a bag of chips and they like love licking the
and then they just go
the
like
dust.
this, and they're like, I'm like, go clean your hands.
That's why I eat my hot Cheetos with chopsticks now.
I'm
Transformative habit.
Transformative.
It is.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Life hack.
But these are really funny because I just think that they just make sense. They're real habits that everyone in general should try out.
Yeah. No luggage on the bed. Wash your hands. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, but it is transformative because it keeps your face pimple free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I try not to have Roscoe on my bed for that reason. Because whenever I do have a breakout, it's because Rosebud's been
everywhere.
Yeah, and I feel bad because he wants to
just
be on the
stares at
bed and he
you.
wants to cuddle. Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and unless I have just given him a bath, I won't let him up there.
Yeah.
Other times when I know I'm about to wash my sheets, then I'm like, okay,
Get up here.
come on up here. Yeah, but last week he got away with it 2 nights. I'm like, oh, I just can't tell you. No, you're so cute. But then there's hair everywhere.
Right.
It's so frustrating. Yeah, but that's a good one. Yeah. What about you?
Transformative besides like the morning night routines, definitely exercising for sure is one. I do a weekly facial, which I think goes hand in hand with the night routine.
I started to do that. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
But because I saw your Instagram, I'm like, oh yeah, we should have a weekly routine. And that's when I started to do my little mask.
Yeah, like I steam my face and I, cleanse my face and I put the mask on and then I'll take the mask off. Then I'll do red light therapy and then I'll have a tea like while I'm relaxing.
What do you do for your red light therapy?
I have Theragun or Therabody came out with essentially kind of looks like a smaller version of the Theragun, that massager.
Yes.
And it has 3 different lights. So it's blue light, red light, and ultraviolet light. And then it also has like a massager connected to it. So I'll just do that throughout my face for 5 minutes.
This is one of the tools that you've brought into one of the conferences.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
You
then,
guys and all of your fancy smancy tools. I just
Yeah.
felt very left out. I'm like,
dude.
I know. I just bought a new one too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's an air shot one. I don't know the science behind it.
Air
but it's-
shot.
Yeah, so I'm not even going to try to explain it because I'm going to butcher it. But essentially, it's a tool and it's like a red light as well, but you're supposed to not even let it touch your skin. You almost just kind of hover over it, which I wonder, I'm like, how does it work then? I don't know.
It's just the red light. Just like, there's like sauna rooms that have red light in it. It's just so that your body detoxes. Apparently that red light is what helps that.
Interesting.
So it doesn't need to be touching your skin.
So it's supposed to help minimize your pores.
Pores, blemishes, fine lines, wrinkles, things like
Yeah.
that. So all around.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just tried it for the first time. Yeah. And I'm just going to spoil this, but I got us all a little face tool for Valentine's and it's supposed to get here today.
So fun.
It's nothing crazy, but it is an ice roller.
Oh,
Yeah. So I got you a blue one. I got you a pink one. Yeah. So I'll bring them
excited.
tomorrow.
So fun.
And it has 2 ends. One of them has like 2 bigger nodes and then another one has 3. So it's like a 2-side one. And you just leave it in your
freezer.
In your freezer.
Oh, okay.
I saw a YouTuber and she was going through her habits and
Yeah.
her routines. And I saw her pull this out. I'm like, oh,
What is that?
What is that? And so I went back. She wasn't even talking about it, but I told myself I need to know what this is because the girls and I need this. And so I look on the description, pull up the link, ordered it, and it's supposed to get here today. But it's an ice thing, and you just roll it on your face in the morning time.
It's supposed to help
with that.
inflammation. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm so excited
I'm
about
excited
it
too.
Yeah.
I'm a peasant. I use an ice cube.
Well, that's
I-
why. No. Well, you
I just
no
had
longer.
like guasha, nothing like light therapy.
Well, now you will no longer have to use an ice
Yeah.
cube because you'll have your little
Yay.
tool that you can just keep in your
Super cool.
fridge. Yeah. So
For some
I'm really
reason,
excited
I want
for it.
like a little freezer fridge in my bathroom for no reason except that I don't want to keep going downstairs.
Yeah, I would love to have that. But do they make freezer ones?
I don't know, but they have a
only seen
refrigerator.
The refrigerator for beauty
Yeah.
products, but I haven't seen a
freezer.
one because that would be really cool to have. But I mean, if you have your morning routine, you're in the kitchen anyways. And she was honestly making her coffee and rolling her face. So I was like, I could do that. So I'm excited for our faces.
Yeah.
Too.
I think another transformative habit that maybe not everyone is super behind, but they always say like do cold exposure in the mornings.
Yes.
And so when I shower in the mornings, and it's
Do you
warm.
do it?
It's okay. So it's warm. I'm having a nice warm shower. And at the end of
Dre.
it, I have to decide. I have to crank it as far as it goes. And I have to sit there for 10 seconds. I have to count to 10 as soon as I know that it is cold. Not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, like
Yeah.
I will wait for it to get cold and I will sit there for 10 seconds. And then after, okay, I'm done and I did it. One, it helps with the whole mindset of I can do, you know, hard things.
Yes.
And then two, it actually is supposed to, one, wake you up, help with inflammation. And then it also is supposed to promote like testosterone so that obviously we as women, we only get an influx of testosterone during our luteal phase, which is when we feel the most motivated. And so it's supposed to help with energy.
Motivated to have sex.
But it's supposed to be like the phase in your cycle where you are the most motivated to do things. You're like a go-getter during that time. And so it's supposed to help with that.
Yeah.
So 100%.
I recently started to do that kind of, and it's funny because I did start with the 10 seconds and my shower had actually started really warm, and I do enjoy taking hot showers.
Yeah.
And
it's like a warm blanket.
Yeah,
It's a
it
woman
is.
thing.
And I told myself, all right, like we're gonna do this. It was when I was sharing with you that I was feeling really tired, and I was like, I need to do something to help myself get out of this.
Yeah.
So we gotta step outside the comfort zone. And so I remember I was showering, and the thought creeped into my head, and I'm like, no, you know, and so Sasha and Sage are over here.
I'll act
having
like I
this-
forgot about
like,
it.
no, I didn't hear that, but I did, and it's funny because this is how I know I love doing the hard things, because the idea will pop in my head, and I'll try to brush it off, but it's like no, and
You
it
have
starts
5
to creep.
seconds,
Yeah, and it
yeah.
gets bigger and bigger. I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm doing it. Yeah. So what I did was I just turned it up, or turned it to cold just a little bit, kind of, you know, showered there, and then a little more, and then it got like, I tried to kind of ease my way into it, and then a little bit more. I'm like, okay, it's feeling cool, and then just crank it, you know? And the first time, well, when I was deciding to do that, I told myself, okay, let's do it for 30 seconds. And then I thought, no, 30 seconds is actually a very long time. And if this is
Especially when you're sitting there counting and you're
Yes.
like, fuck.
Well, I had my watch, and it's funny, Molly, because I know you got me the fancy bands, so I switched it to the rubber one so that I can have it in the shower. And I told myself 30 seconds is way too much. Let's 10. So I landed at 10. So it's funny that you said 10. So I crank it over to the cold, and I'm there, and it's the longest 10 seconds of my life. It's like your breath just kind of leaves you, and I had to talk to myself.
And you're like, no.
Yeah. And then I did it a couple days ago.
Can I ask this?
Yeah.
real quick? So when you're in it, are you head completely in it, or are you tell me the truth, or are you just body in it?
So that time that I did it, it was only body. Wait, was it? Yeah. No. That was actually full.
Okay.
And then I did it again, but that one was only body, because it wasn't my hair washing day.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
When did you
Same
do full
thing
body?
is that obviously I wash my hair maybe once a week. And so when it is that time, and for me, when I shower when I wash my hair, anytime the water is touching my hair, it's cold, because hot water will actually ruin like the dye in it. And it actually makes it less frizzy. So just hack
when you do
cold water as
okay.
opposed to hot water. And then I'll like crank it back to warm once I'm like, okay, I'm washing my body.
Yeah.
So only the times that I'm washing my hair does my hair touch the cold water. If not, I literally, because I'm like, it's like someone's holding me under the water. And so I literally will be under the water and it's touch me, and then I'll turn around and do both shoulders.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, done.
The hard part for me is raising my hands for the water to hit my armpit, because it's so warm in there. It's like, all right, here we go. No, you know, because you shower like this.
Oh, okay.
But when it's cold, I'm like, no. And it's like, I have to do it.
Yeah.
But the second time that I did it, the last time, which was, I think, last week, I wasn't in there already. I literally just had it in cold before I got in there. And then I went in there. That literally took my breath away. That was really hard. But I put on the stopwatch, and I was in there for 1 minute and 24 seconds. I know, that was crazy. I was like, oh my gosh.
We need to compete then.
I love that. Yeah, I did it for 1:24. I was shocked.
Which, by the way, I sent you a competition on the Apple Watch. And
Oh, you did?
I want everybody to know this was about 2 weeks ago. She did
Really?
not accept it. And it even shows that you are not moving or anything today.
Really?
There's nothing on your rings. Is your watch on?
Yeah. But I have been having issues with my apps. I still haven't resolved all that.
Sending your
Maybe that's
competition.
why?
Invite Sandra.
She's gonna deny you again because her apps
I
aren't
will
working.
accept it. What is it?
You just compete on moving, exercise, and standing.
Oh,
So all the
okay.
rings. Anyways,
Okay.
carry on.
I don't
Challenge
have one,
accepted.
guys. I'm sorry.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Go like this. Your flap is.
Life hack is not to wear a onesie to work.
Oh my god.
Gotta get naked every time you go to the bathroom. Not a life hack.
Seriously. Not a life hack. I hate that.
Gosh.
Definitely not a life hack for
It makes
sure.
you not want to go to the restroom.
I know.
I mean, sometimes I just go.
No, stop.
Yeah, I've done
Crotchless onesies.
that. They should. Yeah, they actually
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Another, what is the word?
should. Habit.
Yes, we were using a word.
Time.
Transformative. I was thinking performative.
Timeless.
Transformative habit is planning, having a planner of some sort, whether it's on your phone or writing things down. Obviously, everything's on apps now, so a lot of people like to use apps, but I think that they're so easily missed if you have it on an app as opposed to having it on a planner, which is, there's nothing else but that on your planner. I think with an app, as you start getting notifications from other apps,
You start to get distracted.
yeah, you don't like we tried with Pink Cactus specifically using Asana, and it's like a shared doc essentially, or like a shared to-do list. And it worked for a little bit, but then it's like, what's the difference between that and me texting my sister like to-dos for the week? So I personally think that everyone should have a planner and should dedicate one day to planning out a specific amount of time.
Yeah. There's something about writing things down, because I would say absolutely transformative habit for me is journaling. Oh my God. Yeah. I had an incredible journaling session this Saturday, I think it was. And I kid you not, I will write for hours. I was there for a very long time.
How do you structure your journaling? Is it like, is there a purpose every time? Is there a topic is there a question you ask yourself?
So it has a lot more to do with what it is that I'm experiencing. So this one in particular, I had been watching a YouTube interview, and it was a Diary of a CEO interview. And the guest that they had on, he had mentioned something that he literally just mentioned. He wasn't even fully expanding on that. And so what I ended up doing was looking up an article regarding what he had mentioned, which was the 6 dimensions of fulfillment. And it just blew my mind. Anyways, so I went in and I looked up the 6 dimensions. One of the 6 dimensions stood out to me so much. And I looked up the definition and I told myself, oh my goodness, I need to write about this. Like, I need to journal about this. So it just really depends on what is going on. If there's an idea or just kind of a thought that doesn't leave, I call them little barnacles. I don't know. They're just little thoughts that just kind of stick and they don't let me be until I write about them and process them. And that's what journaling is for me. It's processing. So I'll do it that way. Sometimes it's just a daily thing, like, hey, let's just write what happened today. That's my usual go-to. But for the most part, my journal has a lot to do with what is currently going on that I need to process, put on paper so that I can have mental space. You know, we've talked about psychological clutter. So I just need to put it down on paper, and I'll end up writing about it. But I really enjoy it. Like, my Saturday mornings, I have a deck in my room now, like an outside deck, and there's a little table. I'll go out there with my coffee, and I will journal and reflect for hours. I'm not lying. It's like 2-3 hours, sometimes more. Yeah. But it's just space and time that I just allow myself to think, like literally think, process my emotions. Like, what am I feeling? What am I going through? And the things that come out when you write are incredible. Because sometimes there are things that I end up writing that I didn't even realize were things that I was trying to process. Yeah. And it comes out on paper. And this time, this journal session in particular had a lot to do with like my past and me embracing a lot of the things in my past. And I ended up coming up with memories from elementary that I had completely forgotten about. It was so incredible. Yeah, but that to me has been a habit that is absolutely transformative. Absolutely. I'm like, oh, I love journaling.
Nice.
It's so good. It's so good. But same thing. It has to be
written.
You know, yeah. It's not the same when because I have a journal that I also use on my phone in case I don't bring my journal. But it's a different experience when you're doing this as opposed to writing it out. Yeah. But it's so good. Highly recommend it for everybody to do. Yeah. Do you guys journal? No?
Not as much. I mean, I freaking used to journal all the time. But I figured I talk a lot.
Yeah.
Like I end up having a lot of people in my life that I very much confide in. And so my husband is absolutely one of them. And so we do process a lot together in the evening.
Nice.
And so it's something that I don't take for granted because I don't think that everyone has the luxury or they can have the luxury of confiding in their partner in the way that I do. And we just literally talk about our days, like how we felt. Like there are days where I'm just like, I'm fucking annoyed, you know, or you know what I mean? It's just like being very open with it, or just like, you know, right now we're going through a huge transition and like really figuring out like how to process everything. And we just like go back and forth, and I just like lay it out on the table with him. He's been very kind in catering. So I'm just haven't really been journaling much. But I think that I've been, oh my God, my dreams have been like super, super, super vivid. And so even like processing that with him, like on a daily has been like very transformative for me.
Yeah.
Like literally every day has been like some crazy vivid dream that is pertaining to the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, what are you trying to teach me right now in this moment?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, I have a lot to, oh my God, I have too much to talk about with my dream this last night, but I have a lot, but I won't do this on this.
We should have a podcast just on dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Anyways.
If I ever start journaling, it'll be definitely because of you.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter where we're at. We could be on an airplane. We could be in a different state. We could be anywhere in your journaling. And you've only ever talked about how amazing it is for you and just like reflecting and processing certain things. So I'm like, fuck, I need to find some time, which I know that time really is, you know, a matter of what you value most.
Yeah.
So it's just figuring out my time.
And that can be hard because you think about like, oh, journaling, you know, it takes time. And granted, I said I'd take hours, but it does not have to take hours for it to be done, just for people, you know, if you're, especially if you're getting started.
Right.
But I think at first, because I also have a lot that I, you know, like to get done throughout the day, the battle for me was making it, or not considering it as wasted time. I know that sounds wrong, but I'm like, oh, I'm just journaling.
Right.
But now, after seeing the benefits of it, it is not wasted time.
Right.
Oh my goodness. It's very productive in different ways that you can't tangibly see.
Right.
I mean, unless you're looking at my actual journal, then you can see it. But the benefits of it are, it's almost like an investment. You won't really see it maybe right away, but the fruit will definitely show up. Yeah.
I'll used to, because writing in general, I'll get really tired quick.
Oh, yeah.
Quickly. Like you have to build the muscle to write, honestly. Like my hand will be like, and I'm done.
Yeah.
So even like with my dreams, like there was a point where I would write or audio message.
Oh, really?
I know people that do that too. They're journaling.
Like as you wake up, you
like talk about it. Yeah. Like audio message or like, you know, the speech to text kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't have to write, but I'll just like read it, like say what's going on. Of course, sometimes there's like weird errors.
Right.
But then I'll like go back to it. I'm like, that that was an interesting one, you know? And so that was also a trick that I was doing. I haven't been doing it super consistently, but because, again, writing can just be a lot. Yeah. And I like also listening. This is going to sound funny, but like listening to the sound of my voice sometimes. And so when I'm hearing back what I'm talking about, I laugh at myself sometimes. I'm just like, what are you saying? But just practicing that for myself. But I don't do it consistent like I should, right?
Yeah, but it's true. Like your hand will get tired. You'll see in my journal when I start to get tired, the writing is like just scribble.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this hurts. Yeah.